Okay, Taffers, it's me, Sly Fox again, bringing you the developer's commentary on Unfinished Business. This is my fourth mission in the sequel to my first, Fletcher's Final Mistake. Let's go here. Again, all difficulty levels are expert. There's no difference. I don't even think there's a loot difference in this one. So let's click the button and get started. Okay, so this is the sequel to Fletcher's Final Mistake, where you were double-crossed and some guy tried to have you killed. His name was Cooper Bartlett, and he has fled town since you're still alive. He was afraid you'd come after him and do something nasty to him. So he was right. So he's in a town called Dunshire. I don't know, it's not in the city, so who cares where it is, It's just not the city. And he's hiding out with, I believe it's his brother. Yeah, his brother. His brother's the mayor of this town. And so it's under the mayor's protection that Bartlett lingers. So he's hiding out from Garrett. And Garrett's tracked him down and found him. So you've heard that the mayor has a penchant for collecting artifacts of ancient cultures and has just acquired one of considerable value. Do I have to spell it out for you? I didn't think so. Okay, they're going to be gambling this evening. The mayor and Cooper and some other people will be gambling. You might want to look in on the gambling, because let's see, your quarry and a room full of heavy purses. That sounds like something good for Garrett. And a fitting punishment for Cooper Bartlett, hand him over to the downwinders. You don't want to kill him this time. I thought, we did the kill the guy, in the first mission, so we don't want, always have to kill the guy. So I thought it'd be more fitting if we basically just screw him really bad. So there's something in the mission, either in the briefing or somewhere in this mission about Cooper did something to the downwinders or whatever, so I think, he dropped a dime on some, I don't know. He did something bad to one of the downwinders and they want revenge. So, and Garrett has a sympathetic friend in the downwinders, at least in my mind in this mission. And so Garrett's going to do his friend a favor and deliver Bartlett to him. So, so obviously don't kill him, because if you kill him, you can't hand him into the downwinders. So, okay, enough rambling. Okay, a little bit. There's a sound that'll play, when you drop into the world. That I actually did that little sound thing myself. I got a cheap keyboard somewhere, and it was, I don't know, it was like a couple of notes, and then I just kept pitch shifting it or whatever, so it would just change. So here's
Bad about those two chemists,
yeah.
Lister and Rimmer.
And here is
Rimmer was kind
Mr.
of
Kent, the reporter.
Lister about.
This is probably the
Lister was funny.
longest single conversation or longest
He'd always
single
say stuff like,
soliloquy in Thief history.
Smeg off, Rimmer. Smeg off. You order.
And I'll pause for just a second. That's me doing Mr. Kent. I didn't even really know I had an idea of what I was going to say, but I didn't write it down or anything like that. So I had an idea what I was going to do, and I just cracked the microphone open and I just started going. So it goes on for, I think, a couple of minutes or whatever, but it wasn't scripted or anything. I just had a rough idea of what I wanted to say, and then I said it, and it was one take. I listened back, I said, good enough, and so there it is. So it's me getting fancier, implementing things in the game now, custom sounds and that kind of stuff. So I'm, learning more as we go along.
Me about too much. You taffin smeghead. Funny stuff like that. Used to crack me up. Anyway, they're dead. Really stinks. I heard Mr. Smith killed him. Got him locked up at the courthouse detention area. He'll probably hang come tomorrow. I'll get a color piece out of it. Yeah, but where was I when the story broke? Drinking in the pub like a taffer. What an idiot I am. I wish I could find something good to write about. Some kind of really good dirt on somebody. Yeah, my cousin who lives in the city just did a great expose piece on corruption and stuff.
Anyway, we'll read this book, but he's Mr. Kent, and it's, he's a reporter, and it's been slow around here for him lately. But maybe old Garrett can help him out. So, and again, yeah. So that the book pretty much
That's the
just
city.
mimics what he's talking about there. And so Lister and Rimmer obviously reference Red Dwarf, one of my favorite old TV shows. Definitely worth checking out. And here's another example of having a gate translate into the ground, and I don't think AI will chase you across this little gap because they don't like holes in the floor. And I think plenty of people started this mission and they got to this gate, and since there's no lever for it or whatever, and it doesn't really, when you go, see, like right now it's not highlighted, now it's highlighted, and there wasn't a ton of difference, it seemed, between, to let you know that you could fob the gate. So a lot of people got up here and just, what do I do? Because they couldn't tell you could fob the gate. Just right click and there you go. So, but none of my testers said anything about that. So, what can you do? And so, Laboratory of Rimmer and Lister, chemists. Notice crime scene. This area has been deemed off the limits by the town watch. So smeg off, you Taffer. So smeg is their favorite curse word in Red Dwarf, and so I use it on occasion. And I just discovered the show. I probably hadn't seen the whole of the show yet, but I was watching a lot of Red Dwarf while I was putting this mission together, and so that's how that got in there. And I'm not exactly sure why I'm being so quiet, but I know there's a couple things in here to grab. I'd seen somebody do this trick before in another mission. You see this texture everywhere, but you just carve out a little space right there, and then you could put some stuff in there, and it just sort of, makes it look like it belongs there. Pardon me, sneeze there. So anyway, so this is the city watch office, and there's a guy wandering around downstairs. You can hear him. You hear him way too loud.
Let's see what that was.
There's a thing that if you watch these videos, more than one of these videos, there's these things in Thief called room brushes, and
Who's there?
they basically give the engine a rough idea of the terrain, and it's how sound. It basically tells the engine how to propagate sound. And I wasn't very good at implementing them. Because when you basically build, this world is basically a huge airbrush, and then with solid brushes put inside for buildings, and then hollowed out again. And if you build missions like this,
Be too careful.
it's difficult to room brush them. In other words, tell the editor exactly how you want how the sound is going to get handled, and because you can just hit a couple of commands, a quick command, and slap a room brush around anything, and you'll have sound in it. And if you build a mission, which it was basically like tunnels, which one of my next missions, I did a friend in need or whatever mission. That mission was built almost kind of like the way Assassins, the original Thief mission, was put together. Is basically the whole thing was a series of tunnels. I mean, yeah, you had sky, but all you do to make a tunnel sky is paint sky on it. I mean, it's still solid up there. You can bump into it, and it's really easy to room brush those types of missions because you just basically wrap a brush around each tunnel. But when you have a big airbrush and then solid inside and then air carved out inside of that, it just gets really convoluted as to exactly how you place the room brushes so sound propagates correctly. And in this, I was still early with the room brush thing. I just wasn't very good at implementing them, and it shows in this mission because there's a lot of those. We call them in the trade, I guess, paper thin walls. The walls, 5 foot thick brick, but sound goes through it like the guy's standing right next to you. So it's just one of those things. And oh yeah, there's a book in here you got to read. There's no sense going down there yet because there's a key you need to find before before it makes going downstairs anything. So we got watch assignments, slugs, Dan, Warren, Zach, Jeffy, whatever, and just blah blah. The Golden Fleece is actually a real tavern in real life. It was basically the unofficial headquarters of the Delaware legislature back in the Revolutionary days, and the map that we're playing here was actually inspired by the part of my hometown called the Green, and it was basically the center of town back in colonial times. The state house is there. There's a courthouse down there still, and a lot of and the buildings there are date back from the 1700s and into the early 1800s, and so that area was sort of used the how that area was put together as the base for putting this mission together. And as we go through more of this mission, we'll see more of that, and I'll explain more of that. But the Golden Fleece was a real tavern in colonial times, and it actually is now a modern tavern as well. It's not in the same spot, but the original building for the Golden Fleece still stands. So, and I'll point that out because the pub in this mission is in the same spot that it would be in real life, or back in the day. So you see the Green. It's a real area in real life, but what I ended up building ended up looking a little bit like it in some places and nothing like it in others, and we'll get to that as well, because it basically had to do with sight lines and the game slowing down by having just way too many things in view. The Dark Engine doesn't like to do really, really long sight lines, because if you get too much on the screen and the screen complexity goes up, the engine doesn't like it. Now with new dark and faster machines, we how do you say it? We have a lot more flexibility now in what we can build, and and before your computer will choke on it. So it's not so much a problem anymore. But when I was building this, it definitely was. There's places in this mission where you get up too high, you could crash it because you could just see too far away. So so this is the courthouse, and this is about where the courthouse would be in real life in my hometown. Of course, it's not the courthouse anymore. They've since built a new one behind it. I don't even know what the building is. They're renovating it now. I don't even know what they're turning it into, but the building still stands. And okay, the trial of Gordon Smith, charged with the murder of chemists Arnold Rimmer and David Lister. It is charged that with malice aforethought, blah blah blah. You can read this, I think. So, and it's Judge Bartlett's favorite watch. So there's a little hint there. Maybe there's something you can do with the watch. It actually is I might as well just do the spoilers if you haven't played this mission by now and found the Easter eggs. You probably never will. But there are 4 optional objectives in this mission, and they're not listed either. So it's just you'll get a bonus. Like congratulations. You did something for a bonus, but there's nothing on the objectives that will tell you to do it. And one of those objectives, and then there's the crazy Gordon Smith ambient again. It was in the first fan mission. If you take Judge Bartlett's favorite watch and drop it in the crapper, it's just, and then it comes up, bonus. You drop Judge Bartlett's favorite watch in the crapper. Good job, that kind of thing. So, there are 3 other things that you can do, and I guess we'll do them. And, again, more uneven floors. I probably went a little overboard on the uneven floor here. Oh, wait a minute. I think he's coming back down here. Because there is a guy on patrol in this area. I hear him clomping around up there. Oh, well, screw it.
What's there?
Oh, there you go. Great. Okay, lean and jack. Oh, not that time. Come on. Come on. Lean and jack. There we go. Dispatch that guy. And there's another... Yeah, things are kind of quiet tonight. Just one prisoner to watch. Keeps babbling on like a crazy madman. Word is he's guilty of murder. Killed 2 men in cold blood, they say. So he's going to hang and whatever. So, yeah, that's the... As the story of this mission unfolds, that will become clear. See, this really my first real mission. There's a lot going on here story-wise, And that was actually thankful. A lot of it thanks to Peter Smith, one of our fellow taffers. He was one of the beta testers on this, and he kept going, well, you need to add more story, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I was just thinking, no, Peter, come on, I just want to make a mission, and I was like, oh boy, it's a lot more work. But I think he saw more potential in the map than I did, and I was the one building it. But he really pushed me to flesh out the story and have more things going on. So I owe him a lot of thanks for that, because this mission was so much better because he was involved in it. See, and there's Peter right there. So there he is. Because there's the guard. So that's right. All the guards in this mission have names, and actually, if you knock them out and pick them up, you can see exactly who they are. But back there in the watch office, there was the watch assignments for today, and so this guy on the wall here, he's in that logbook somewhere. I forget what his name is. So he's got money. And
guess it's nothing now.
Yeah, David. Okay, and then somebody say, I shouldn't knock out everybody, because there's some fun things that can happen if you don't knock everybody out, and we can get to that a little bit later. So, but made some wood here, so you can definitely use your arrows and get up here. And there's even a ladder here. I didn't want this ladder to be here because it doesn't make any sense, but it was tough to mantle up there, and I really wanted the player to be able to go there, so I just screw it, just stick a ladder there. It doesn't make any sense to be there. It's only there to facilitate your movement through space. And so this area right here, this would be the green, because it's a grassy area. The green is just a grassy area that's surrounded completely by buildings. And this huge warehouse in the middle here sprung up because of the sightline issue. If you could see from one side of the map to the other, my computer, especially back in the day, would just bog down ridiculously.
What?
And nobody was going to be able to play the mission properly. So I put a walkway here, which you can basically, back here you can see the covered walkway in front of you. That's all that was there at first to break up the sight lines. But if you got on top of the covered walkway, then you looked either way, the sight line, everything got wonky, and the game really slowed down. So I basically had to put this huge building in the middle of the map just to keep you from being able to see from one side to the other.
What was that?
So then So anyway, this is the Golden Fleece right here that I'm walking over top of. This is the pub in the mission. And another thing I really wanted to do in this mission, I wanted this mission to be a climber. I wanted people to be able to climb everywhere. You could practically go through this whole mission and never touch the ground if you or at least not touch the ground very much. So you can hop from rooftops to rooftops, and you can go down that chimney there, and then just hop right over here to the next building, and which is a house, and then the creepy cemetery here. We'll go in. This is, I believe, this is the house. The caretaker of the cemetery lives here, and he's not here for tonight, and this is why. Diary of Wendell Graveheim, whatever, Dunshire Cemetery. And he's scared. The most frightening occurrence this day. I've been on this job for years, and nothing like this has ever happened before. Twice today, while digging the second grave to those poor chemists, I could have sworn I heard voices behind me. I turned to look, but naught could be seen out of the ordinary. I took a respite for a while to settle my nerves and returned later to complete my tasks. And then, so everything goes hunky-dory, and the mushrooms and everything, and they're going crazy. Again with the mushrooms, just mushrooms and colored lighting. So he dropped his shovel and ran. So he's like, something's going on in the graveyard. So that gives you, if you read that before you get in the graveyard and do the thing that you can do in the graveyard, just let you know that maybe there's something out of the ordinary going on. And I think, that door's locked. So I left the back door open, figuring, since this is, you really can't get in this area at all. So I figured he'd think, well, it's okay to leave my back door open, but I'll lock my front door because, So you can get back into the cemetery this way. Stay off the ground. And again, you can see the pulsating lights and the colored lighting and everything, and just some people liked it, other people hated it. I just don't know. I just like eye candy. You know, we have newer custom textures and all this kind of stuff going on, and it's just nice to make things look funky. And so anyway, there's the gravestones. Here lies Arnold Rimmer, killed by Crazy Gordon Smith, poor bugger. And then here lies David Lister, a chemist in life, killed by Crazy Gordon Smith, poor bugger. So I guess Rimmer hasn't been covered up yet. And so there's a piece of loot right there. And then there's also the coffin here. And I'll quick save just in case I feel like reloading. But if you click this coffin, all of a sudden these, zombies appear. And the zombie has a voice. It's the first time I actually did a voice set for an AI. He doesn't have too many barks. I guess maybe he says like 10 or 15 things.
The whiskey, Mr. Smith, Mr. Norton, Mr. Mayer, the whiskey it was. They all shall pay.
Yeah, so the zombies are pissed off. This is, Lister and Rimmer come back to death, I guess you call it. And I did the voice I ran through. It's an effect called a vocoder, and I won't go into explain exactly what it is, but it makes voices sound like this. And then I probably added a ton of reverb to it, so these zombies have this really weird voice, but they almost sound like they're Cylons or something. And I mean, not and Cylons like Glenn Larson original Battlestar Galactica Cylons, not the new one. And obviously he's a zombie, and they'll come chase you, but it can be fun just to let these guys loose. And if they get to wandering around, I mean, I've had them, wandering all the way to the other side of town and just, killing everything in sight. So I think I give them a lot of hit points to make them hard to kill. The guards will eventually, take them down. But
Don't worry.
so it's just funny watching the AI get attacked. Oh, why don't you go in the cemetery? Yeah. Come on. I hope they come on, guys. Yeah. I should have done something to make these guys wander around more, because it's eminently more fun when they get moving. But unless they're really attracted to go after somebody, they tend to just wander around the cemetery. But so we'll just leave those guys there for now. But that's a fun thing to do. Well, and of course I'm clomping around. You can hear me, but he can't find me. So normally you wouldn't play like this, but as I say, this
Come on up then.
this is a long fall, but I think I can do this without killing myself. Yeah. And then there's the guy who runs the bar. It's not open, but he's drunk or whatever. So I'll just knock him out, keep him from talking. Dartboards again. What bar would be complete without a dartboard? And I think there's... Oh. Yeah, I can hear somebody getting mangled out there. So yeah, the zombies have got one of the guards. See, and again, the paper-thin walls is just... I just had no idea how to room brush this correctly, and it's a chore to do this. It's just no fun at all. I mean, building architecture is fun. You be, hey, look, I built this building, I textured it, and it looks nice, and it's fun to look at. But all this stuff that goes on behind the scenes, it's just, to me, it's just mind-numbingly boring. So that's why the room brushing in this mission sucks, is because I don't really know how to do it, and I couldn't really give a toss to learn. Okay, yeah, the bartender, he lost a ring, so there's a clue as to where it is. It's out in the right across the street here in the green. So that's just a little readable. There's a clue that there's something else that you can go find to steal. And there's a little room down here. I remember spending a lot of time trying to do something with this room, and it just never worked. I just wanted kind of like a fancy room, and I tried one thing and another thing, and then it finally just didn't work. Finally, I just asked, screw it. I just put some tables and chairs and carpet and just textured it and called it done. So I guess I meant to have something more going on down here, but that just never happened. And I think there's a guard in here now.
Guess it's nothing now.
Yeah, it's nothing now. Don't you worry about me. You want to worry about the zombie. I'm not going to kill anybody. Well, I probably will in this mission, but I normally wouldn't. So, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, man, shut the...
That?
Oops.
Who's there?
Wait, really? You didn't see me?
Get out here where I can see you.
Yeah, sometimes these AI are so blind.
I'm closing in, Taffer.
These flash bombs do I have? I only got 2. I should save them for later. Okay, here he comes. Come on. Either turn around or come closer. There we go. Come on. All right, there's a blackjack while airborne stat. Who knew? Whoever at Looking Glass thought to code that into the game? I'm so thankful for that, because that's just, yeah, I mean, it's completely useless, but I love that kind of thing in games, you know. So it actually keeps track of how many times you are in midair when you knock somebody out. I just really like that fact. And so let's knock this guy out. And who's he? Yeah, this is Warren. So, you know, of course I'll introduce you to Warren, you know, Frank Zappa. Joe's Garage. Okay, maybe you didn't get the reference on it, but... Anyway, there's a ring under this bench somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So we'll steal that. And there's a bit of a house there. You can climb up on this, can't you? Yeah. And you can even climb up here if you do it right, I think. I mean, I really wanted the player to be able to climb. Maybe you have to use a rope arrow then. I really wanted the player to be able to climb everywhere. Because I like using rope arrows. I like climbing all over stuff. It's just one of the best things about Thief. And you can even get up on this wall if you're careful about it. Yeah, there we go. So, you know, and I think you can even jump to these buildings. You know, so I mean, you can really work the Z-plane in this mission. And I love missions that allow you to do that. City missions. Who does those city? What was it, Milan? Milan. I don't know how is it a he or she? I don't know if it's a he or she, but God, just does the most brilliant, just city missions. Just the maps are just beautiful, and there's just tons of nooks and crannies, and just you could just explore. Oh, they're just so much fun. I mean, even if you didn't steal anything, it's just fun to just wander around and explore and see what's going on. Okay, here's a guy. Yeah, this guy is... There's a note about him in the watch office. He's out walking around. He's nervous. Yeah, Sir Ballard. He's nervous, so just knock him off. And you can't get in that door. You can only come out that door. So there's a key on the other side of that wall that'll let you out, but you can't get in it.
I'll show them something.
Yeah, and then...
Something I'll get to what they deserve.
So where else should I go? I guess I can go back. Yeah, you can go up here, I believe. Stick a rope there. Oh, come on. It's not. You're not gonna let me get on the rope. Come on. Try again. Okay.
Back here, you coward!
Here, we'll stick one here, and then hopefully we can get to the next rope from this one. Nope, you're not. Oh man, come on. Really? Okay, maybe new mantle will allow me to... Oh yeah, I better watch it. There's an archer coming. And he's going to put an arrow in my backside.
I'll find you soon enough.
Maybe I can just jump all the way over there, because I know I can mantle from there. Yep. Yeah, I hurt myself. Okay, well, keeping with the spirit of no reloads. Okay, well, we'll just go over here for now. Here's just a little pond. Probably some... Yeah. So just add some detail. More colored lighting. And here's Kosh's shop, and I think he even got a sign. Yeah, see, I learned how to do that. You know, make signs you could fob and stuff. So, see your Kosh, I knew you would come. Of course, I think he's saying that to everybody, but again, just like in Fletcher's Final Mistake, there's a couple of fruits. And a note from Kosh. Mr. Garrett, I knew you would come. As usual, I've taken my valuables and secured them in a place safe from thy nimble fingers. Is your dark business yet complete? Aha, answer not, for I know much. Please help yourself for some refreshment. So, which is like a complete rip of what Purra did in Midnight in Merkbell. He did it first, so, you know. I'm admitting, yes, I plagiarized it, but, you know, it was a fan mission, so I don't feel too bad about that, you know. So you can jump up and get that wall here, and then jump over here, and so you can just be all over the roof. There's an open window, obviously, there you can go into. So, and here, this is just a station for the guard to watch. So, you know, you nick some of his stuff, and give him the jack. Okay. Now that guy right there, the White House in front of you, and actually I'm getting ready to go on his ledge. This is the mayor's house, as I recall. Yeah. So yeah, you can sneak in this window here. I forget whoever came up with the idea of just, you know, you just put a brush in an open window like this, and you texture it like a window, like it's open. I mean, yeah, obviously the window probably wouldn't open like that in real life, but it just, you know, it's one of the conceits you have to make when you're making a game. I want an open window, and I want players to be able to get through it, so. And there you can mantle in there, and again, the modern toilets, you know, don't get me started on the modern toilets. So it's a toilet. Move on. And there's stuff in crates here, or in crate in the, it's a chest. Yeah, there you go. Okay, more flash bombs. Good. You know, it's funny when you find guards with flash bombs and all this stuff, but because they never use it on you. You know, I think I did one mission where I gave some of the guards fire arrows, so that was kind of cool. But you know, for the most part, you find thief tools around, but you're the only one who ever uses them. But anyway, book. Yeah, just got promoted to captain last week. Not sure what good it does me except for a few more coins. Barlett could be a real pain in my ass. He acts like he's a mayor of some big town. Blah blah blah. Okay. I asked if the guards could get some decoration up here in our quarters. Barlett said he'd see what he could do. Well, he did all right. Just look at this crap. Some old banner and probably dug out of the attic. And where did he get these carpets? So just, you know, it's just going on and on. The boss is not around tonight. I think he's off gambling with his professor buddy and the idiot who runs their warehouse. Okay, you know, gambling's illegal in Dunshire. So, of course, you know, the men of power in town can gamble. But, you know, if anybody else did it, you know, they'd be in trouble. So, and I think this is Benny's diary. Yeah. Property of Benny the guard. Just got hired by, you know, and of course the terrible spelling. Just got hired by Mayor Barlett today. Can't get a good job in the city no more. As folks says, I drink too much. You know. The boss has a really nice wine cellar. I think I'm going to like this here job. Flip through, you know, okay, rumor has it there's a thief called Garrett might be after the boss's dumb brother. I'm sure hope that isn't true. That Taffer has hit me on the head more times than I can remember. Steals everything that ain't nailed down and always gets away. So I've never even seen that Taffer Garrett. You know, of course, it doesn't help when I'm a drunk. More drivel. And, yeah, I really like them fancy toilets we guards got up here, but it would be nice to have some walls around them. Captain Randy can slice the cheese with the best of them, and sometimes it wakes me up at night. So. Okay, and more stuff. Yeah, and then it's been next page. Benny knows where the key to the wine cellar is. So you know, Garrett doesn't get to steal all the wine in this mission because you know Benny will have got to it. And there's a door up in the roof, and that allows you to get over to the next house. But we'll stay in the mayor's house for now. So all this while you're looking for Barlett, basically. Yeah, I guess by now you found out he's gambling, and they're gambling in the warehouse. So you're trying at this point to find a way into the. Oh, that's right. That's the wine cellar. So I have to get the key for it. Yeah. So you build the thing. If you don't play, you forget. So the key to the wine cellar's upstairs, and here's a fruit. That's buried in the counter. I usually don't do things like that. Odd wine goblet. I think there's a. Was there a guard stand? No. Okay. Thought there was a guard station there, but I guess he's not. There is one that patrols through here, though, so I can be quick. Because he'll be coming in that door back there any minute. Yeah, I hear him now. So, and you know, to see from Fletcher, see now I got the shutters right, you know, so the hinges are correct. And though they don't go together, I always had a pet peeve when you open one shutter, two of them opened, because I don't know, I just prefer to open them singly. Even double doors the same way. I just want to open one door. It doesn't seem very thiefy when you try to crack open a door and two huge double doors come swinging open. You know, so though I could now link them together, I don't, because I just prefer it this way.
Jordan. Oh.
It's just a preference thing. And there's another, I think there's another guard walking around upstairs.
Don't go, sir.
And then, as I recall, this guy is just so drunk he doesn't even see you. You can just, I think I have him, I like made him blind or something, or completely deaf and blind or whatever. So I think you can jump up and down all you want here. Okay.
I'm coming.
Okay, he does
Give
hear.
me a shirt on.
Whatever. Shut up. So, so this is the mayor's house. So there must be something good in here. You hear that guard wandering around upstairs. Okay. He goes to the end of the hall. There he is. Do you come downstairs or do you just wander around upstairs? Okay, he's getting ready to go in that room, I know. And get that. Okay. And there's... I think there's a key in here. Yeah, key to Wilbur Norton's house. Wilbur is Wilbur's the guy who owns the he's the guy who owns the warehouse. And I know the key to the wine cellar is up here because there's that clue in Benny's diary. So you'll find it, and masks all up along the wall. I'm not really even going to worry. I'll pick up easy loot, but you know, these are obviously a little more difficult to get to. So especially if you want to ghost this area with a guard patrolling through, and you know, being able to nick those things off the wall and not alert attention, it's, you know, not too difficult, but it is a bit of a challenge. And some more candlesticks. So this is obviously, you know, the master bedroom, and you know, we got the bathroom here. And I don't know why, and it just seems to be a thing in Thief. We leave tubs full of water. I don't know. It's an aesthetic thing. I guess it just looks better than an empty tub, especially if the tub is, you know, just a square with another square carved out of it. And if you have a tub object, then it, you know, doesn't look so bad when it's empty. But, you know, you'd say, I mean, unless you put some faucets on, you go, what is that? You know, it's a square. You know, well, it's supposed to be a tub. So we put water in it, I guess, to make it look more like a tub. So, and up here, another one of those. I wonder if I can jump up in. Oh, shoot. Oh, jeez, now I'm going to have to put another, sorry, I'll put another arrow in here. And I think we're going to, really? Okay, we'll do it this way. And I think once I get up here, I'll end this portion of the Let's Play, because this one's going to take a while, so it might be like 3 videos long, and I got to keep the videos under about 2 gigs. Okay, Mr. Mayor, I've had tests run on the new whiskey you've been selling. It's been watered down. Don't bother trying to deny it. We know it's true. That Gordon Smith. So, you know, crazy Gordon Smith, who's been charged with the murder of the 2 chemists. You know, so there he is. You know, he's you know, basically found out that you know, the guys are selling watered down whiskey. So, you know, he's warning the mayor. You know, he wants a cut of the action. So obviously the mayor isn't too happy with that. So, to Mayor Barlett, you heartless bastard, what am I supposed to do now? My husband's dead and I hold you responsible. He was sent down that awful sewer. Yeah, the guy went down and died in the sewer. You can read this if you want. So, yeah, and you know, so he's an adulterer. He's been, you know, the mayor's been screwing the grocer Fox's wife. So, you know, again, I'm the green grocer in this episode of Thief here. Widow Carey, which is, you know, it's kind of a joke. You know, test on the new mushroom strain negative. We'll attempt another infusion soon. Maybe we can shed some more light on this problem. Lister's calculations are sure to be correct. A large move forward. So this is a diary from the chemists. Not exactly sure why this is up here. But yeah, Mr. Smith came in with an yeah, that's right, because it's all tied into the murder. Mr. Smith came in with an unusual request. He says he thinks the whiskey's being watered down. He wants us to check into it. So, you know, so yeah, I guess they check into it and they determine, yeah, the whiskey's being watered down. So Mr. Smith and the two chemists get caught up in this whole, they're watering down the whiskey business. That's how everybody ends up dead or in jail because, they all found out. So, just, more intriguing story going on in this sleepy little town. And this is where, yeah, there we go, valuable artifact. So there's that golden skull again, so there's only so many things you can steal in Thief, so you keep seeing them pop up and over again. So unless you want to make a custom object, something new to steal, that's just the way it goes. So I think I'm just going to stop here for now, and we'll continue on, at some point, but I don't want this video to get too much longer. So that's it. Part 2 up when it's up. Thanks for watching.